Welcome back to General Hospital Weekly Recap, where every heartbeat in Port Charles echoes with secrets, every smile hides a story, and every goodbye might just be the start of something far more dangerous. This week, the world of Port Charles stands on a razor's edge. Familiar faces find themselves questioning the people they trust most, while new alliances rise from the ashes of broken promises. The quiet corners of the hospital, the shadows of the Metro Court, and the corridors of the Quartermain mansion all hum with tension. There's a feeling in the air that something big is coming, that every word spoken has consequences, and that the truth, no matter how deeply buried, is beginning to find its way to the surface. In a city where love and loyalty are constantly tested, every decision carries a cost. Mothers are protecting their children from secrets they can't face. Fathers are making sacrifices no one will ever know. And friends are crossing lines they swore they never would, all in the name of love, revenge, and survival. Inside the walls of General Hospital itself, hearts are breaking and new ones are beginning to heal. The doctors and nurses who save lives every day are fighting their own private battles, some with the past, others with their own conscience. A look exchanged in an elevator, a conversation overheard in the corridor, a chart misplaced or a phone call unanswered, every small action could change everything. Beyond the hospital, the city's power players are weaving a web of manipulation that stretches from the boardrooms of Aurora Media to the penthouses of the Corinthos family. Long-standing grudges resurface, and unlikely partnerships form under the weight of desperation. For every confession made, a new lie is born, and for every secret revealed, another is buried deeper. The Quartermain family, still divided by inheritance and loyalty, struggles to hold onto what remains of its legacy. The Cassidines continue to play their endless game of control and deception, each move calculated and cold. And the Corinthos world, built on loyalty and silence, teeters dangerously between order and chaos, as old enemies return and new threats emerge from places no one expects. This week, we're reminded that in Port Charles, love is never simple. It can be tender, it can be fierce, but it always comes with a price. Forgiveness is fleeting, redemption is rare, and justice is rarely clean. Some are trying to make peace with the past, others are rewriting it entirely. And somewhere, in the middle of it all, someone is about to make a choice that will change everything. So as we look back at this week's whirlwind of confessions, confrontations, and quiet heartbreaks, remember that every scene in this town, every whisper, every look, every lingering pause, tells us that nothing in Port Charles is ever what it seems. Welcome to another week of General Hospital, where love meets lies, where truth battles power, and where destiny always comes full circle. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay caught up on every twist, every heartbreak, and every secret waiting to explode. Because on General Hospital, the past never stays buried, the future is never guaranteed, and one moment can change everything. Stay tuned, because in Port Charles, even the quietest days can end in chaos, and even the truest hearts can fall to temptation. General Hospital, November 3, 2025, full recap speech. What a whirlwind day in Port Charles. Tracy Quartermain finally got the vindication she'd been waiting for when she discovered Monica's real will, proving that the Quartermain mansion rightfully belonged to her, not Ronnie. The shocking reveal came after Ronnie confessed that Martin Gray had blackmailed her into signing a fake will and selling the estate to Drew Kane. Overcome with guilt, Ronnie came clean, admitting she couldn't go through with the scheme after seeing how much the Quartermain legacy meant to Tracy. Tracy wasted no time taking action, ordering Martin's arrest on the spot. As Chase led Martin away in handcuffs, Ned couldn't resist a smirk, suggesting he had an even better plan in mind for Martin's punishment. Just when it seemed the chaos might settle, Cody's dog, Outback, created more mayhem by stealing the house sale papers and running off, delaying the entire transaction. Meanwhile, Curtis Ashford and Jordan shared a tender moment, with Curtis confessing he still had feelings for her. They agreed to take things slow until his divorce from Portia is finalized, but fate had other plans. Portia witnessed their kiss, leaving her heartbroken and more conflicted than ever. On top of that, Portia confirms she's pregnant but remains unsure whether Curtis or Dr. Isaiah Gannon is the father. Drew, on the other hand, was fuming as his plans to seize control of the Quartermain mansion fell apart before his eyes. His frustration is boiling over, setting the stage for more dangerous decisions ahead. Elsewhere, Britt Westbourne faced a shocking confrontation when Emma uncovered her secret connection to Professor Dalton. Emma vowed to expose her, threatening to destroy Britt's newfound stability. And across town, Sunny Corinthos continued digging into Drew's shooting, suggesting to Alexis that Portia might be involved, hoping that unmasking the real culprit will clear Michael's name. From family betrayals to forbidden kisses and long-buried secrets, Port Charles is heating up once again, and the Quartermain mansion may just be the spark that ignites a brand new war. Today in Port Charles, the balance of power shifted, and the consequences were immediate. Tracy Quartermain, armed with the truth of Monica's real will, reclaimed the Quartermain mansion with the force of someone who has been waiting far too long to be underestimated again. There was no ceremony and no hesitation. Tracy simply took back what she believed was rightfully hers and ordered Ronnie to leave. But the moment was not without resistance. The rest of the family, bruised by years of internal battles, loss, grief, and shifting loyalties, drew a line. They stood behind Ronnie, making it clear that this time their loyalty was not to tradition, but to the person who had treated them with kindness when chaos lived in their walls. Meanwhile, Drew Kane moved through the day with sharp edges and mounting desperation. He confronted Sunny Corinthos in a showdown that carried both history and threat. Drew accused Sunny and Alexis of orchestrating a plot against him, of turning the world into a stage where he was the villain and they controlled the narrative. Sunny didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His warning was delivered in a tone so controlled it shook the room. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. It wasn't rage, it was truth. Across town, Martin Gray came clean to Laura about his part in the deception surrounding the forged will. The confession did not grant him relief. It opened the door to her disappointment, not dramatic, not screaming, but heavy and precise. Laura's disappointment is the kind that lingers, reshaping a person's sense of self long after the conversation ends. Martin now has to live with the weight of knowing he damaged someone who has always tried to see the best in him. At the same time, Britt Westbourne faced a threat that was far quieter but potentially far more dangerous. Sidwell reminded her that her access to the medical treatment she desperately needs is conditional. It was not even presented as a negotiation. It was a leash. The knowledge of that power shift settled over Britt like a shadow she cannot outrun. Emotionally, the day was filled with fault lines being exposed. Portia confronted Jordan, furious over the kiss with Curtis and equally enraged at the whisper of rumors surrounding her pregnancy. But the confrontation did not change Curtis's truth. Curtis admitted to his father, Marshall, that his heart is no longer split. It is firmly with Jordan, even as the complications of Portia's pregnancy tighten around him. And running beneath it all is Drew's unraveling strategy, the push to have Alexis cast suspicion on Michael, to turn one fracture into a collapse. He isn't planning. He is reacting, and reactions born of fear do not fade quietly. By the end of the day, nothing was resolved, and that is what made the episode powerful. Everyone stood their ground, everyone made a choice, and every choice now carries a consequence that is still coming, slow, steady, and unavoidable. What a powerful and emotionally layered episode of General Hospital today. We watched everything shift in Port Charles, and every storyline carried weight. Anna Devane found herself in a nightmare straight out of her past when she was kidnapped by a mysterious figure hiding behind a mask and a voice that sounded chillingly like Cesar Faison. Even though she was drugged and disoriented, Anna fought back with every ounce of strength she had, reminding us why she is still one of the strongest people in this town. Whoever is behind this knows exactly how to target her fears, and that makes this situation even more dangerous. Meanwhile, Tracy Quartermain took full control of the Quartermain mansion after uncovering Monica's true will. But instead of feeling triumphant, Tracy lashed out, pushing away the very people who have always stood beside her. She threw her family out for supporting Ronnie, convinced that loyalty means obedience. Yet when Gio came to speak with her, his honesty broke through. For a moment, Tracy's guard lowered, and we saw something rare in her, vulnerability. She doesn't just want control. She wants to feel needed. And she doesn't realize she already is. Nathan West made a heartbreaking but mature decision regarding James. With Maxie still in a coma, he realized that forcing custody right now would only uproot James's life even more. So he chose stability over ego, allowing James to remain with Spinelli and his sisters. Cody stepped in quietly, helping James cope and gently supporting Nathan through the emotional fallout. It was a moment of real growth, and a reminder that family isn't always about who has the legal claim, but who shows up. And in a completely different corner of the city, Sunny Corinthos sat across from Ada Justine Turner with the kind of calm that comes before a storm. He wanted her to drop the case against Willow. She refused to bend. Their conversation was sharp, layered, and surprising, because the tension between them wasn't just power. It was chemistry. And that's a game both of them know how to play. Danny Morgan's grief resurfaced as he struggled with missing Scout on the anniversary of Sam's death, a wound that time has never truly healed. But Alexis was there, steady and warm, holding him through his guilt and reminding him that love doesn't disappear just because life gets complicated. Tonight's episode reminded us that strength doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it's fighting when you're helpless, choosing peace when you're hurting, staying when it would be easier to run, or letting go when your heart wants to hold on. Port Charles is shifting, and every character felt it. On Thursday in Port Charles, emotions and agendas quietly shifted beneath the surface. Tracy Quartermain did something few expected. She apologized to Ronnie, allowing the Quartermain family to finally come back together under one roof. It was a rare glimpse of vulnerability from Tracy, and it reset the dynamics at the mansion. Elsewhere, Jocelyn entered dangerous territory as she accepted a covert assignment from Jack Brennan: get close to Lucas and gather intel related to Marco Rios and Jen Sidwell's ties to Faison's final operation. While Joss stepped into spy territory, Marco pushed forward with his own emotional agenda, asking Lucas to move in. Lucas, cautious after past heartbreak, wasn't ready to rush into living together, creating a quiet tension in the relationship. At Windermere, the truth surfaced. Pascal isn't just a butler but a planted asset working for Sidwell, tasked with watching Lucas closely. Meanwhile, Felicia began digging into Portia's alibi on the night Drew was shot, raising new questions about what really happened and who may be hiding the truth. Portia faced pressure on another front when Britt came with a proposition: help her get her medical license back in exchange for keeping the pregnancy secret. And moving in the shadows, Sidwell continued positioning himself for control over Sonny's peers, with Marco tied into the plan. Small moments of honesty, strategic alliances, hidden agendas, and shifting loyalties marked the day, a reminder that nothing in Port Charles ever stays calm for long, even when apologies are made and families appear united. Friday's episode of General Hospital brought another wave of intrigue and emotional tension to Port Charles. Lucas made a bold move by agreeing to live with Marco at Windermere, a decision that signals deepening trust but also stirs old doubts about moving too fast. Meanwhile, Anna's sudden disappearance under mysterious WSB orders left Laura scrambling for answers, especially with her mayoral campaign hanging in the balance. Ava's meeting with Sidwell crackled with tension as she reminded him not to test her patience, while Britt's double dealings continued to raise eyebrows, her loyalty to Sidwell more uncertain than ever. Emma's failed attempt to snag Britt's key fob hinted that she's playing a dangerous game she might not fully understand. Across town, Sonny and Jason quietly weighed their options about taking Sidwell down, torn between loyalty, danger, and timing. Carly, on the other hand, doubled down on her revenge plan with Valentine, proving she's as relentless as ever when crossed. As the week closed, alliances shifted, secrets deepened, and every move seemed to come with a price. If you're hooked on General Hospital drama, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more recaps and updates straight from Port Charles.